Hi there, I'm Jenna Allen, and I'm here to talk to you for a little bit about stress management. And we'll do a short mindfulness exercise as well. So, to start out, maybe you are noticing that you're living with a low level of annoyance or irritation in the background of your life, or you're finding yourself snappy at your loved ones. Maybe your stress is overwhelming you, or you have chronic pain, or you just simply want to be better at your job or more aware of the intuitive insights you need to have in your job specifically, right? Maybe you're like me and you found yourself a number of times eating an entire bag of chips on the couch, or reaching for the hamburger instead of the salad again, or following that urge or impulse that you'd rather not have, right? These are signs of living unconsciously. And when we live unconsciously, there's not a human operator at the controls, and we're just on autopilot. So the solution for this is mindfulness as a way of life, meaning mindful eating, mindful walking, mindful showering, mindful communication, and all of these things. We really don't notice how out of touch we are with our bodies and with our emotions. I'm Jenna Allen, and I'm currently a doctorate student earning my PhD in psychology. I'm a trauma recovery hypnotherapist. I am an educator in mindfulness as well as trauma recovery for the last 10 years. When I was starting my own mindfulness practice, I was super surprised to find all the hidden emotions and stories that I was carrying around with me that in my mind that were impacting even my micro moments of walking into the grocery store. Not even to mention how these underlying currents of energy and hidden thought forms that I wasn't even aware of were happening in my mind were affecting my relationships, my work, and bigger things. I really had no idea. It's really amazing how much energy we can save and exhaustion that we can avoid by learning how to create a new relationship with our mind and with our emotions. It is absolutely possible to experience ecstatic joy while you're showering. It is absolutely possible to get rid of the urges and addictions and impulses and make healthy choices for ourselves. It's possible for the daily annoyances that you're encountering right now on a regular basis to feel like miracles. And it's possible to have more time and energy, more intuition, insight, more love, and to manifest all of this by simply doing nothing, but doing nothing with skill. And that's exactly what I teach in my mindfulness programs, which I would love to teach to you. I would love to give you, your group, 3 free mindfulness classes or sessions. These are done over Zoom. And I would love to provide this for you. My purpose here is that I'm wanting to break into teaching this to teachers, to first responders, to people in the community, and spreading the message that mindfulness really has for us, spreading the Zen that people can find. And this is my start to that, and that is reaching out to different community groups and offering this promotion. Um, so, let me offer you a mindfulness of breathing exercise. So, this is just a little meditation. You'll close your eyes for a moment. And so, I guess you can just start getting comfortable, taking a moment to find a dignified and upright posture. Maybe you have both feet flat on the floor and you're allowing the eyes to gently close or soften your gaze to the floor if that feels better. Checking in for just a moment with the sensations of the body. Checking in with what emotions are present in this moment. and noticing as best you can what your mind is doing. And letting that all be just as it is. Letting yourself be just as you are. As best you can, taking your awareness into the body to notice the sensations of the breath. Getting a sense of the place in the body where you feel your breath the most. Or maybe where you feel it's the most pleasant. That could be the nostrils where the air comes in cool and leaves warm. Or the throat where those same sensations are. It could be the rise and fall of the chest or the belly. And the main thing here is that we're letting go of control of the breath and we're not manipulating it in any way. That means we're not making our breath slower, longer, deeper, or striving to be anywhere else with our breath other than right where it is. Trusting the abundant wisdom of your body to breathe just right. Just observing rather than controlling the breath. And perhaps you may notice how the breath expands the chest on the inhale and falls away on the exhale. Sensing how the chest lifts and falls away with each breath. Tracking as best you can the entire cycle of the breath. The inhale and the exhale all the way through the whole breath. Simply tracking the sensations of each inhale and each exhale. Allowing yourself to get as close as you can to the sensations of your breath. Using the awareness of the breath as your anchor to the present moment. Noticing this breath right here. Noticing this breath here. Noticing each breath as it develops. Allowing any tension in the body that isn't needed to be released. Yet allowing any tension that remains just to be as it is. And where is your attention now? Where does it go during the quiet moments? Does it go to judging right or wrong? Does it go to analyzing? Does your mind go to rehearse the future or rehash the past? Each time you notice that your mind has wandered off, you're doing the practice just right. That is a moment of mindfulness. Gently bringing your awareness back to the breath is your moment of mindfulness. Noticing that the mind is thinking is a mindful act. Celebrating rather than judging or shooting on yourself or saying, oh no, I should be doing this, or dang it, Jenna, you're not meditating. Sensing those judgments and what that feels like to be judging yourself as wrong. And then bring the awareness back to the breath. What does the chest feel like as it lifts and expands on the inhale and falls away on the exhale? allowing yourself the space to be just as you are. This lifting and falling away of the breath is completely familiar, a reliable anchor to the present moment, right here, right now. This breath. Allowing yourself the space to be just as you are, breathing in and breathing out, right here in this moment. And then bringing the awareness again back to the whole body. Getting a sense of your place in space. With your eyes closed, noticing what it feels like, where you are in relation to the other objects in the room or other people nearby. Noticing and feeling where the body is in relation to all the people who live in your town. Where your body is in relation to all the people who live in your state, in the country, in relation to the world. And finally, sensing the body in relation to the whole universe. And a few more breaths, not controlling them, just observing the breathing. Maybe bringing some movement to the fingers and the toes. Bringing your awareness back to your body right here, right now. And when you open your eyes, I want you to bring that sense of mindfulness with you and notice the thoughts that start to roll in. Notice urges to move or do something, right? Just noticing if your mind's clinging to get back to the meditation or relieved that that was over, right? Just noticing. Did you feel like you could do meditation? Did it feel long or short? Did it feel too long? Mindfulness of breathing shows us how to train the mind to focus. It shows us how to stop judging ourselves, especially because the next exercise that we learn in mindfulness has us labeling our thoughts and our emotions in order to recognize the patterns of our mind, how hard we are on ourselves, the habits that cause us anxiety and depression, pain and illness, and create suffering, right? We have to create a new relationship with the mind so that we're not suffering and so that we can use the mind's capacity and it's not exhausting us and we're in our zone of genius and our intuition's on point and we can respond and we can react in healthy ways and responsive ways that we need to, right? And mindful of our own stories and judgments and labels that might cause us to assess a situation improperly, right? And so, which is really important in our work that we do, right? Most importantly, mindfulness of breathing teaches us how to let go of control and how to surrender. And so every time you observe the breath without controlling it, we are making space. We're creating space for that natural genius, that natural creativity to flow. And when the mind is free of thoughts, of lack and worry, then we can find an abundance of solutions and creative power hidden there. and our whole life starts to take off in a new way. And you really wouldn't believe the relief that you start to feel just by becoming consciously aware of what is happening inside your mind. It's kind of like taking out the trash, because what you do in a regular mindfulness practice is create this Zen state of awareness and openness as you meditate. And you simply can't ever allow yourself to go back to the old ways again, because it feels like shit, right? I cannot describe to you the innumerable benefits that we get from developing a mindfulness practice. It shows us all of the magic that's available within us, to us. It helps us access our intuition, our inner healer, and our beneficial coping skills versus the addictions and denial and numbing out that you've likely been choosing right now. Mindfulness has totally ended all of my suffering with mental illness, my suffering over autoimmune disease symptoms, and that's why I teach it. That's why I teach it today. So reach out if you're interested. I'd love to offer 3 free sessions for your community or your group. So you can reach me at Jenna at mbtraumarecovery.com. So MB stands for mindfulness based. Jenna at mbtraumarecovery.com. Thank you. Take care. Be well.